Y'all, I got my very first legit scam on eBay, and in today's video, I'm gonna walk you all the way through exactly what happened, give you tips on how to minimize scams so that this doesn't happen, and then also how I resolved it so that I was not out any money. So the first thing I'm going to say is, in going through this process, having your process is set up to make sure that you know for sure that it is not a scam, right? So there is oftentimes that I have sent out the wrong item. And one of the ways that I know this is every single item of mine has a unique SKU. I'll link a video up here of my entire process that goes through it, but I know with almost certainty that I am pulling the right item because it has every item has a unique SKU. So it's really easy to pull and send out even when I'm, sick or whatever it is, to make sure that I am sending the wrong item, because that is what happened. The person bought a pair of jeans. They sent me a message before they filed a return and said, hey, these are the wrong pair of jeans. And I said, I have free returns, send them back. I did not engage in, I didn't send the wrong item. This is all your fault. I didn't know. I wanted the item to come back to me so that I could full disclosure and make sure that it was not my fault. And I want to provide good customer service as well. And I have free returns. So it's no problem. Send me back the item. I have free returns. So whatever. So the item comes back to me. They send it back to me. Was not engaging with the buyer. I said, free returns, send it back. I get the item back and it is absolutely a different item. And I know, so I went through before, I was like, oh, you sent me the wrong item, because there have been times that I have legitimately sent the wrong item. I went through, I looked at the SKU, I made sure it was a SKU that was in the photos of the listing, and I made sure that it had not previously been sold and someone didn't send me back an item previously that they returned, right? All of that was fine. So I knew with certainty that this was that they sent me back the wrong item. I have measurements, I have photos, I have tag photos. Take as many photos of everything as possible, not only to help the item sell so that the buyer knows exactly what they're getting, but if this happens, you can say, hey, this isn't my item, this tag's different, this back pocket's different, whatever it is, this was not my item. If you are liking this video, do make sure to like, save, comment, and share. It's a way that pushes it out in the eBay algorithm for more views. It's also a completely free way for you to support content creators. You can also consider joining my memberships to support more content like this. Let's get back to it. So once I was certain that the item really was sent back as a completely different item, I reported the buyer. So on returns, you can report the buyer for misconduct of using the return policy. There's various different reasons for this. This is one of the biggest ones, saying, hey, they gave me back an item that was not mine. Other reasons that I've reported buyers is they are filing item not as described. So in the community, we call it INADs, items not as described. If you get too many of these, it can start to hurt your eBay account. So even if it doesn't really matter to you, or even if your metrics is pretty low, every time I get a false item not as described, I report it, because it can eventually hurt my eBay account. Now, sometimes there are times that I send an item and it is not as described. There was a flaw that I didn't see, and so I let those go. But definitely look at how to report the buyers. You can go into your eBay. I'm not going to show you the screenshot at the sake of showing customer data, but if you go into your returns on eBay, so you go to, let me look at the screen. You go to your orders and then you go down to returns, and then each return you'll see like a little drop down and you can report the buyer. So definitely always report the buyer. This one I went in, I said I reported the buyer. They sent me back the wrong item. And then I reached out to eBay for Business on Facebook. This is where I like to contact eBay because I am a very busy person. I'm a mom of 3 kids. This is kind of a part-time job for me, full-time income, but part-time hours that I contact them and then I let them get back to me when they do. If I'm on the phone for 30 minutes, that's 30 minutes I'm not listing, right? And they're usually pretty good and they usually resolve things in a timely manner. So I contacted them. I said, here's the item number. They sent me the wrong item. What do I need to do? This has never happened to me. I did report them. And this is what they came back and said. Great, thanks so much. You typically want to utilize the partial refund tool when you receive something back in a different condition since you are top rated with 30-day returns. Considering the situation, we were able to close out this return with no fault to you. You'll retain the funds from the sale. There's nothing more you'll need to do. You may receive a couple updates until that completes. So a couple things I want to note here. This has never happened to me. I am not taking advantage of this. 6,000 items, this hasn't happened to me. If you're reporting this all the time, eBay may be like, something's up, we're not going to fully take care of you. The other thing that I want to say here, you noted top rated, since you are top rated with 30-day returns, free returns. These metrics matter to eBay. They matter to buyer behavior. I have lots of videos. I'll link a video up here about should you do returns and all the benefits and pros and to look into it. But this is one of the reasons, because if you are providing ultimate customer service, or if you are giving your buyers a chance to make everything right, if you're top rated and you're providing stellar customer service, eBay will back you. Period. If you guys like this video, make sure to check out some other videos.